All right. Calm down, everybody. Everything's going to be okay. I promise you. It's all right. It's only Uncle Hector. Let me just tell you, this is my debut. I've been recording this shit. This is probably like the 14th damn stream that I've made tonight because I'm a dumb, I'm not a boomer, but I might as well be tonight. Figuring out how to record in stereo on my god, goddamn YouTube thing. And, well, you know what? I should have recorded this several weeks ago because I hate this bitch so much. And, but I didn't. And, but I'm so pissed off at having to figure out how to record in stereo on this that, I think maybe the level of frustration I'm having maybe will carry over nicely into one of my least favorite people in the whole world. I'm sure her mother loves her. I'm sure she was a bundle of joy as a child. Whatever. Sure, she's great at parties. Whatever. I don't care. Well, I just want to talk about fucking Pam Bondi and that. I I'm not really a conservative. I'm not a liberal necessarily. I'm not really either one. I just see things. I call balls and strikes. I'm sorry. I've never liked that bitch. I did not like it when Donald Trump chose her to be the Attorney General of the United States. I thought that was a horrible choice. But she said all the right things, right? And she gets up there and says, I've got tens of thousands of videos of, you know, some really bad stuff that adult people did to, underage girls. That was what she said. And that not only did it depict hundreds of underage victims, but it involved many, many adult people who did this to them, and it was all on videotape. And she was going to be, releasing the details about this. I mean, not exposing people or whatever. But she made it very clear in a press conference, a video press conference, that she was going to deal with this thing. Rest assured. And what did she do? She did buckus. She didn't do a fucking thing. Somebody got in her ear and said, "Oh, hell no, Pam, you ain't doing that." And then she just comes out and like, "Well, what? Well, huh? Well, I didn't say that. No, that's not what I meant." She gets called in front of fucking Congress, and she has the audacity. And listen, I get it that those Democrat senators or whoever the hell they were, Congress people, were asking. Those people are complete garbage. I get it. They're dirt bags. I get it. But you didn't. You could have just pled the fifth, but no, you didn't. You sit there and you change the subject by you. Somebody's asking you. Did you? They're asking you about why you're not pursuing these child predators, and you're answering it by going, "Listen, the Dow is over 50,000. The S&P is almost 7,000. That's what we should be talking about. What in the flying fornication what's she talking about?" And she is she stupid? I don't think that she is. I don't think that you could look. I don't think you have to be a brain surgeon to get through law school. Uncle Hector is. I'm brighter than most bulbs in the drawer or whatever the thing is. I'm no genius, but I'm pretty sure that if I studied for a year or something, really set my mind to it, I'll bet I could probably pass the bar exam. Just I'm a CPA. CPA exam's really hard to do. I'm pretty sure, whatever. What I'm saying is, I don't think it requires genius level IQ to become an attorney. I really don't. No offense to any of my friends who are attorneys, because I do have a number of them. And I have lots of respect for you. And most of my friends who are attorneys are actually very intelligent people. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it's because she's dumb. But maybe it is. I don't know. I can't see into her heart. All I know is she did not fulfill her job responsibilities. And if protecting the most vulnerable and weak among our society, minor children, against child sexual predators, I mean, what the hell? As Attorney General, the highest ranking, basically, you know, law enforcement person in the United States. And you're just like, I said that. I didn't, that's not really what I meant. Look at your 401k, man. Can't you just be happy about that? Fuck you, Pam. Fuck you. And I'll tell you this. So I don't have a problem with the fact, I'm not saying I like Trump or don't like him. I like him sometimes. I like some of the stuff he does. There's a lot of things he does that I think are just ridiculous. And I mostly just laugh about it. Because, what was the alternative? I mean, seriously. I mean, as much as you may hate him, do you really think things would be going just swell with the other option? I really don't. No, I can't buy that. Sorry, I'm not. But I never liked her to begin with, and I had heard stories about her years ago when she was the Attorney General of the state of Florida. She's a fascist, okay? And I don't like. Uncle Hector does not approve of fascism. And no, I'm not throwing around the word fascism flippantly. Fascism is when the government, the U.S. government, or whatever country's government, takes control over private businesses. That's the definition of fascism. That's, if you remember back to World War II, you ever heard of a guy named Mussolini? He was the head of Italy, prime minister or president or whatever the fuck he was. He was the head honcho, the big cheese, whatever. He was a fascist. True fascist. Fascist nowadays is just like, oh, there's somebody that tells me I can't do something. You're a fascist. Well, that's not exactly how it works there, Cha-Cha. It's just, words actually do have meanings, believe it or not. And why do I say that Pam Bondi was a fascist or is a fascist? I don't know what she is these days. It probably changes on how her mood changes every day. When she was the AG of Florida, they had, here's this really weird thing. Florida, they have all these like hurricanes that are constantly coming through their state, and nobody can figure it out. They think it's global warming or something. Maybe it just has something to do with it. Their whole state like hangs out in the middle of the, Gulf of America now, right? And that's where like, hurricanes start. They like start in the ocean and shit, where it's warm and it starts swirling around. I don't know. It's just this common thing where hurricanes tend to, emerge and hit that area of our country. and it always has, and they always will. And well, there was a company, and I don't remember the details of this. I heard about this on the Neil Board show, famous radio host back in the last few years. He's retired now, but Neil talked about price gouging was one of his pet peeves, and how what a bunch of bullshit it was. And I agree with him. These politicians love to talk about price gouging in times of, you know, natural disasters and things, and when it comes to, whoa, it ought to be illegal for you to charge this much for whatever, gasoline or beer or prophylactics or whatever the hell floats your boat when you're stuck inside the house, and or your house just got washed away on a beach somewhere. I don't know. I tend to like the way you leave capitalism alone. Let the market set its own price. Things have a tendency to just take care of themselves. You go, Uncle Hector, that's not fair. It shouldn't be fair for people to charge $10 a gallon for gasoline. Oh, really? Oh, is that right? Oh, you, John Q. consumer, you think that you should be the final arbiter of the price, the market price of gasoline in your area, and it should only be no more than $3 a gallon, $4 a gallon, or whatever the hell you pull out of your ass, just because you said so. And it ought to be against the law to charge $10 because that's price gouging. Well, guess what? If you leave gas and during a time of crisis at $3 or whatever the pre-calamity price was, and you just leave it there by force, guess what everybody's going to do? You're going to have fucking lines coming out miles from the gas stations. And yes, I'm familiar with this. I remember it from the 70s, believe it or not. That's how old Uncle Hector is. You got lines of people. They're bringing their, this family station wagon. Then they're bringing the family weekend sports car. And they're bringing the lawnmower and the weed whackers. And then all their spare tanks of gas. And they're bringing everything. They're filling the people that would normally only buy 20 gallons of gas in a week are now all of a sudden hoarding gas and buying 200 gallons of it, every one of them. And guess what happens? The damn gas stations have tanks underneath them. There's no more trucks refilling them. And guess what? They run out of gasoline. And the 10% of people who got there and filled up all their shit, they're sitting fat and happy. And the remaining 90% of people who didn't get there on time are fucked. Well, yay, fascism. That's what fascism gives you. Now, guess what capitalism will give you instead? You charge $10 a gallon. Does everybody and their mama come down there with every single fucking container, every milk jug, every bathtub that they can fill up with $3 gas? No, they don't. Because it's $10. So people buy what they need. And then there is enough for everyone. Oh my God! But it costs a lot of money. Yeah, well, you chose to live in a fucking hurricane state. Shit happens. Just set aside a fucking emergency fund. Oh my God, we can't have that. Can't have that. You'd actually have to have some kind of responsibility and accountability for your own state of affairs. Oh, we can't have that. No. Well, Pam Bondi, yeah, I'm getting to the point here. Pam Bondi, there was something, and I don't remember all the details of it, but there was some kind of a company down in Florida who they formed their company with the sole purpose of building this big warehouse that stored ice. And I'm sure they sold it because they probably had to rotate it periodically and stuff. So I'm sure that they sold ice like on a daily basis or whatever. But the main gist of the whole operation was that they had this huge warehouse cooler basically that could store this massive amount of ice. And the point of it was that it would provide ice for, people in Florida in case of hurricane emergencies where there was, shortages. And, you know, ordinarily they probably charged, a nominal amount for a bag of ice, or they probably sold it to suppliers of grocery stores and convenience stores, whatever. But then when there was actually a problem, their whole business plan was centered around being able to provide that ice, but also to make a profit off of it, because otherwise they didn't need this huge facility to store it for years without needing it. And then all of a sudden, they were providing us an emergency service. And I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand this kind of stuff, but so they started charging, some kind of like triple the normal market price for this ice after, nobody could get it anywhere else except this place. And Pam Bondi wanted to, I can't remember if she actually enacted the price gouging laws on this or not. I know she was a proponent of it. That's all I remember. I'm not a Florida citizen, so I don't remember exactly. But I remember hearing about this on the radio. Neil talked about it, and I just thought, my God, what a bitch. Because I'm a believer in capitalism, and I think it works. And yeah, sometimes capitalism doesn't mean the good guys win all the time. Sometimes people, if you never taken advantage of the situation, like right now at your job, let's say you're really good at your job. Like you've worked 20 years, you've got all kinds of experience as an accountant or computer programmer, some kind of financial executive, whatever the hell it is. Do you think that, let's say you're working there and then you've got 10 other people they hire as just like fresh off the street, out of college, financial dude bros, and you're making, I don't know, you're making a couple of $100,000 a year, and they come in and they're making 50. Do you think that's fair? Why are you making $200,000 a year, and these guys, they work just the same number of hours as you, and they're only making a quarter of what you're making? Well, that ain't fair. Oh, really? Okay. Well, let's just get rid of you and see if they can replace you with 10 of these dipshits. They can't, because they don't know shit. It's the same concept. And she doubled down on that crap. And I have a very low opinion of her. I'm sure she's a nice enough person. I'm sure she's fun to have a beer with and whatever. It's nothing. I don't know her. She doesn't personally offend me. I'm using her as an example of shit that I do not like in politics with people. And I was very glad to see her gone. And I should have recorded this a long time ago, but I didn't because I didn't have a microphone and didn't know what the hell I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. This is only Uncle Hector. I got to let you guys go. You're killing me.